Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the environment. What is environment actually? When we define this environment, it is the interaction between living and non-living things. So, here let us consider what are all the living things which are present here. Living things means the systems which are doing their respiration, which are doing their metabolism, they are called as living system, and non-living systems are non-living things are the abiotic systems. So, interaction of these two things between abiotic and biotic, how they are interacting with each other and what is the dependency of these two things is our point of discussion. So, basically why we should understand about this environmental science or environmental studies. Say what is the importance, why we should bother about. See, anyhow we are living, we need not bother about all the things which are happening around the globe. We are getting our food, we are getting our water, we are getting our air to breathe. See, when everything is available, why we should bother about. Now, this is the question why. See, when this question arises, what we need to understand is we are having few capacities and we are not having few capacities. Like we can think, we can create, we can do lot more things, but the basic amenities like food, what we consume, we cannot produce, and the water, which is very essential for us, we cannot produce inside our body, and the oxygen which is also we cannot produce. See, these all three very important amenities are to be brought from the environment only, from the surroundings only. Now, the question is why again why we should bother about this environment, because when all these things are coming from the environment, we have to definitely bother, because if the quality of the environment is good, then only we can consume the things in a better way and consume the things in a proper way, and we can lead our life properly. Now, the question is we cannot now present situation is these surroundings are badly polluted. So, what we have to do, what we have to understand and what we have to do is the basic question. Here when we consider this environmental sciences, it is multidisciplinary in nature, because here what we said here, the food and the water and the air, these are the basic amenities, these are coming from the environment. So, when we want to study and when we want to understand more about this, we need to know its nature, what actually environmental studies is. It is a multidisciplinary subject. That means whatever is there in this universe, everything comes under this umbrella only, right. So, it speaks about, it understands about the living forms, okay, and different technologies, economics, social studies, anthropology, ecology and chemistry, physics, all these things are interrelated in this subject, because let us understand how the living systems are working. See, this life is there in three in this globe in three spheres, right. So, one is like lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Lithosphere, when we consider, this lithosphere is the terrestrial life, what where we are living and what we are discussing about. This is terrestrial ecosystem. So, here Actually, from the soil, autotrophs are doing lot of work. From the soil, all the nutrients are being taken up by the autotrophs, and these autotrophs will consume atmospheric carbon dioxide and also sunlight from sun. So, altogether they are producing food. This is photosynthesis, right. So, this through this process only this complete life is dependent. So, no other animal can produce, no other animal can produce food except autotrophs. Autotrophs means the plant community. So, here these plants are present, they are able to live in soil as well as water, right. So, in both the areas all the required nutrients are available and they are producing food. So, in hydrosphere the plants which are producing, they are producing food for aquatic life, and the terrestrial plants or terrestrial autotrophs, they are able to produce food for terrestrial life, complete terrestrial life. So, this is the scenario, right. And life is also possible in atmosphere. So, this atmosphere, when we consider this atmosphere do contain life. This life is okay, no doubt few birds are there which we can visually see, and few insects are also there in the air, and these are the things which we can see with our naked eye. There are also few organisms which we cannot see with our naked eye, they are microorganisms. So, altogether life is possible in these three spheres. That is why these three spheres are very, very important. Now, the point is, we have so many what we can say, we have so many living forms in terrestrial life as well as aquatic life. Very less life is possible in atmosphere. See here, when these things means when the nature is allowing them to lead life, and autotrophs are able to produce food for the terrestrial life as well as aquatic life. Here the main interference is human being. Human being is interfering all the forms. So, that is why when the human interference was not there, there were no issues at all, there were no concerns at all, there was no necessity to understand about the environment. But now the interference of the human being is increased a lot, and that is why what is happening means it is becoming more and more concern nowadays. We can say it is at most, because if the environment is good enough, then only human life can be good, healthier, and this is possible only when, if this present generation is strong enough, good enough, healthier enough, then only we can think about the brighter future. Otherwise there is no light at all. So, this is basically the major importance. Now, let us consider what are all the things where we have interfered. See, when we consider different global issues like acid rains, how these acid rains are coming. Okay. See, there are different greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases, what they are doing, they are entering into the atmosphere, and finally whenever rain is coming, especially oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, when they are mixing with water. So, what is happening means they are producing sulfuric acid and nitric acid. These two acids are inorganic acids, and they can effectively change the pH of the rainwater. So, As a result, generally whenever we are getting, especially soon after dry seasons, whenever we are getting initial days, that rain mostly is becoming like a acid rain. And moreover, in the places where there is industries are there, and much more such oxides pollution is, sulfur oxides or nitrogen oxides pollution is there, then automatically we are getting acid rains. What are all the consequences with the acid rains? Yes, we can discuss them. So, similarly, like ozone layer depletion, even this ozone layer depletion, actually when we were discussing about the acid rains, these acid rains, they are natural gases only, no doubt in it. Even in the natural processes also, this sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, they are liberated into the atmosphere, but this different anthropogenic activities like usage of fossil fuels increased this acid rain incidents to the maximum possible extent. So, here we need to consider, actually it is the interaction of environment and human beings, no. So, that is why we need to focus and understand more about the interactions of the human beings also. Now, let us discuss about what is called as ozone layer depletion. See how this ozone layer, actually where this ozone layer is present? Ozone layer is present in the stratosphere. Where the stratosphere is present? Initially the area which is present, which is very much attached to the soil is troposphere, and then next is stratosphere. So, here in the stratosphere, this ozone layer is present. What is the function of this ozone layer? So, ozone layer generally what it will do means, sun will emit all the radiations, especially UV, visible and IR. UV radiations are very harmful radiations. They are being blocked by the ozone layer which is present in the stratosphere. Rest of rays or rest of energies are not that problematic. So, they are let into the troposphere and to the ground. So, this ozone layer, as it is very harmful, this ozone layer is blocked in the stratosphere itself. That means, see, we have to understand here how nature is protective. So, when something is harmful, when something is problematic, so nature is trying to protect the all living systems which are there. So, these UV radiations are very, very harmful to the all living systems. So, that is why there is no partiality to the nature. So, it is protecting altogether, its entry itself is stopped by the presence of ozone layer, right. So, now here let us understand what is human beings interference here. See here in this terrestrial life, what we are doing, we want to have all the luxuries, right. So, in this creating all these luxuries, what we want to have? We want to have coolness, right. So, for which what we are using? We are using air conditioners. So, generally air conditioners will use CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. They are man-made chemicals, they are very, very light gases. So, whenever air conditions are used, so CFCs are let out into the atmosphere. They will due to their very light weight, they can travel till stratosphere. Okay. You understand the magnitude of the issues, knowingly or unknowingly we are doing. Okay. We the human beings are doing. See, when we are having the purchasing capacity, simply we are purchasing all these amenities which are for our luxuries. Okay, without AC can't we live? Yes, we can live. Earlier in olden days, though there was no electricity, then also we lived very happily and healthily, right. But now getting all these technologies and amenities around us, and our paying capacity also increased a lot. So, that is why we are purchasing all these things, and utility of them is leading damage to the ozone layer. As a result, actually nature protected us with ozone layer. What we are doing? We are damaging that ozone layer too, right. See, with this what is happening means ozone layer is getting depleted. How it happens means, these CFCs, when they enter into the stratosphere, when they react with ozone layer, what happens means free radical of chlorine and nascent oxygen are released. These two are the very reactive species, and they will continuously perform the chain reaction, wherein altogether ozone means O3. Ozone gets divided into oxygen as well as nascent oxygen. So, this nascent oxygen again, as it is very active, it will still react with chlorofluorocarbon and releasing free radical of chlorine, that again reacts with ozone. So, like this it is completely a chain reaction. With this what is happening means ozone layer is altogether getting depleted. As a result, UV radiations are being exposed to us completely, and we are getting different diseases. Finally, what is the problem? Why we are bothering means, all the things which we are doing are continuously reflecting on us only. So, impacting on us only. Now, let us also consider global warming. Actually, what is this global warming is? See, as I was telling you, as we were discussing just now about what greenhouse gases. What these greenhouse gases? Greenhouse gases are oxides of carbon, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen and methane, water. See, all these gases generally they are being released into the atmosphere through normal processes, natural processes only. Okay? But even these CFCs and HFCs, here I would like to tell you about the HFCs. These HFCs are when government realized, when globally this ozone depleting gases are realized, then they shifted to non-depleting ozone layer gases. So, that is why refrigerators are made with HFCs. Okay. So, these HFCs are potential greenhouse gases, CFCs are potential ozone depleting gases. So, all these things are actually, except these CFCs and hexasulfur fluorines, they are actually what we can say, they are greenhouse gases. They are man-made greenhouse gases, but rest all are natural gases only. But due to our different human activities, means basically burning the fossil fuels are letting out more and more these greenhouse gases. So, where actually burning the fossil fuels means, generally in the industries as well as in different automobiles. So, altogether these greenhouse gases concentration is increasing day by day, right. So, here we need to understand about the global warming, how actually how this process goes and why we are getting this warmthness. Every summer we are facing very difficulty. Why means, let us understand this process first. As I was telling you that sun will emit UV radiation, IR radiation and visible radiation, right. UV is blocked by the ozone layer, visible and IR radiations will be coming from the sun. Okay. So, while coming these radiations, they will be with short wavelength, and all these greenhouse gases will be always there like blanket in the troposphere. They will pass, they will allow, these greenhouse gases will allow the short wavelength radiations to pass through them, right. So, directly they will pass through these greenhouse gases and they will directly hit the soil, right. So, when they hit the soil, they will become thermal radiations. They are with longer wavelength, they will have longer wavelength, and actually soon after hitting the ground, they will start their journey towards space again. But meanwhile, due to presence of these greenhouse gases as a blanket in the troposphere itself, what will happen means these radiations doesn't allow them to pass through. So, if there is a possibility of passing through them, or there is gap between one molecule to other molecule, they can easily escape. But here what happened, due to increased greenhouse gases concentration, like completely very thick blanket, what is happening means these thermal radiations are not allowed to escape and they are being scattered in the troposphere itself. So, scattering means what? Here when they hit the greenhouse molecule, these thermal radiations, the re-radiations happens through 360-degree angle, means throughout, it is like a circle. Like a circle, what they will do? They will re-radiate. So, that is why as they are thermal radiations, they are with temperature, that means hotness. So, they are spreading what? They are spreading warmthness around it. So, as a result, what is happening? We are sensing that warmthness, globe is getting warmer. Okay. So, this is also here again, let us understand, this is the process how the globe is getting warmer. Okay. Here actually this is a natural process. This natural process, what it has to do, if this process is not there, there is no life. Why? Because when the daytime is there, it will become very hot. When the night is there, it will become very chill. We can't live in such conditions. So, that is why these, due to presence of this warming gases only, this warmthness which is very essential for the life is prevailed here. This is natural process, but here where we are doing mistake, what is our mistake means, we are increasing the quantity of these global greenhouse gases. As a result, what is happening, our globe is getting hot and hot, right. So, here this is also one concern of why we should understand about the environment. What is the point of understanding? See here, whether we are understanding it or not, with our ignorance lot more things are happening, with our intelligence also lot more such destructions are happening. So, that is why we need to understand them properly. First understand, then we can implement our better knowledge in a better way. Now, another let us discuss about another issue, that is desertification. So, actually this globe is a blue planet, generally what we call blue planet. Why? Because nearly 75% of area is occupied by the oceans. Okay. Very less percentage, that is 25% is land. This land is not for only human being, it is for all terrestrial life. Okay. So, when this 25% of land is allocated to all the living terrestrial forms, here what human being is doing? Human being is dominating in this terrestrial life. Okay. So, domination in what? Domination in all the ways. Whatever the sources he is able to see is been utilized lavishly and spending them lavishly, and altogether finally what is happening means lot more destructions are happening. Now, so this terrestrial life is actually as I told you, these are all the things we have to consider, and we should bother about how we have to control them, what we need to do, how we have to implement our best understandings. So, when we understand about different issues, then only we can understand how we can make our environment better. So, that is the reason why we are discussing about all these things. So, all the things, once you recollect all the things, whatever daily, what are all the things you are doing, and where are you going anywhere wrong, and if you are going wrong, then is there any possibility of rectification? So, if any rectification is done, what is the contribution you are doing in the positive note of the development of this betterment of environment? So, if every individual thinks in this way and lives in a responsible manner, then definitely tomorrow will be a good tomorrow, right. So, this is about what is called the introduction and its multidisciplinary nature, and also the different issues, global issues which are present around us, and how we have to tackle them, and our science and technology our science and technology is very much developed, but at what extent, what would be the limit of the extension, all these things are to be considered to the maximum, and we have to put our what we can say everything. Now, the situation is, if you are not bothering about the environment, then automatically you can't see your tomorrow, and your next generation also, there is no guarantee for your next generation also. So, this is the importance, and when we speak about the scope of this environment, this environment as individual subject itself is with lot of scope. As it is multidisciplinary in nature, it has got endless scope everywhere. Wherever we want to work, we can work. Wherever we want to understand, first of all understanding is compulsory, and then we can do something better for our betterment of the environment.